Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday, March 31st. Yep, wow. I was just making my corned beef hash for breakfast thinking, wow, I don't have to make anything for anybody else today. Because you know why? I'm fucking single. Yep, wow. You know, nothing against anybody in my personal life at all, ever. But this has been the most peaceful year and a half of my life ever, ever. I have memories of being 17, 18, being single, and the sense of freedom and peaceful. There's one day I remember after breaking up with my girlfriend, we broke up, it was a mutual thing. Um, Living in North Plainfield, New Jersey, beautiful little town, nice section at the time. I lived in an old Victorian, a studio, 2-room studio. Drove my Camaro, my 1979, 80, whatever Camaro. Beautiful little car, man. That was a fun car. Just walking out the front door on, it must have been a Saturday. It was a beautiful spring day. Just walking out of that front door, going on the porch, looking out at my car, and thinking, fuck, this is nice. I didn't have an argument. I didn't have to answer questions. It was just a sense of peace that just came over me that, like, this is just fucking wonderful. This is a beautiful thing. Don't ask me why. I didn't keep that. I can't tell you what a beautiful feeling that was. It was just, I got in my car and I went for a ride. It was a sense of freedom and peace. Wow. I wish I had kept that. I honestly do. You know, because at 18, feeling that sense of freedom, hmm, I feel it now at 65. Again, just total peace, total freedom. I got my dog. Look, I put these fish tanks in here because I'm doing some stuff around the house. If I had somebody living with me, all I would hear all day, every 15 minutes, when are you going to move them? Why are they here? I don't want them here. They're in the way. Why are they here? I don't know why they're here. They shouldn't be here. Why do you have fish? Why are you doing that? When are you going to stop? You're paying more attention to them than me. Lights are out. Um, just the constant fucking questions is enough to rattle your brain and make you nuts. The constant voice in the back of your head saying, why? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Why? I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. That sounds like a real shitty way to be, but fucking A. I can honestly say I have never been at peace. If it wasn't for all the bills, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to share this place with somebody. And God knows I have fucking tried. I have tried to share this place with people, women. it just doesn't work out. I don't know if it's my personality. It probably is. They say if you keep having the same problem with multiple people, it's probably you and not them. But, you know, I've tried. I've tried really hard to, oops, I just made a mess. Um, to make this place with another person. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I am a workaholic. And my problem is I expect other people to be a workaholic too. So that's probably most of the problem. But, you know, I don't know. I just love the peace and quiet. It's so nice. It is so fucking nice, man. Not to have to argue, not to have to answer a constant barrage of questions. You know, oh, it's nuts. I'm a loner. I like to be alone. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy the peace and quiet. I keep saying peace because that's what it is. I finally found peace, I think. I think I have. I really do. And like I said before, if it wasn't for the fucking bills and having to constantly work and to 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 keep up on this place by myself, it's brutal. It's fucking brutal, man. It's a lot of work. And at 65, I can't do it by myself anymore. But I I don't know. I can't bring a female in here. I've tried multiple times. And if any of them are watching this, please don't take it personally. I don't know how you can't, but please don't take it personally. I really do believe it's mostly my fault. Like I said, I'm a fucking workaholic, man. If I'm not busy all the time, I I lose my shit. I don't know. But if there's anybody out there that knows what I'm talking about, let me know. Let me know if you think the same way. Because, I don't know, man. There's a couple things I want to get into, but I don't think I can with family type stuff. You know, wow. Family's weird. Not my family personally, just family, you know. Especially these days, if you don't think the way they do, they can cut you out like a fucking, like a cancer. They're just, bye, fuck you. You don't think the way I do. We don't need you. We don't like you. You know, that's pretty cold. Just because someone doesn't think the way they do, it ain't right, man. Especially with family. But that the point of, I'm just making breakfast, and I figured I'd go on a little rant, see if anybody else is in the same situation. And I think there are, man. You guys are starting to wise up. I don't hate women, you know. I just, God, I am annoyed very easily when I get 3, 4, 5, 6 questions in a fucking row of stuff that could be figured out easily enough. If you took 3.5 seconds to think about it, you could probably figure it out on your own. I've come to the realization that if a woman likes you, they like to feign interest. You know, and the way they think they can show interest in you is asking a fucking thousand questions, one after another, and it makes me nuts. It just makes me crazy. I've been on like 1,000 dates. First date, it's like a fucking interview, you know? And if you don't answer every question correctly, you're usually a dick. Should I say me? I'm usually the dick. But again, women will look at you, and if you're wearing the wrong color shoes, they don't even want to look at you, you know? God forbid you dress the wrong way that doesn't fit their interest. You're done. You're out the door. I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, my hash is almost done. Look, I made a fucking mess all over the place. I'm not left-handed. I don't know. If you made it this far, share, comment, like. Let me know what you think. Another funny thing is, this is for a topic for another video, but I did a video on gas prices, right? I got 700 views, a bunch of shares and all that shit. I mean, 700 is pretty good for me. But I usually get 250. I think that's what happens on TikTok. I got about 800 video views right now. I did a video on a boot store. Just walking around. It was amazing. It was like a boot warehouse, cowboy boots. I'm up around 4,000 views, dozen shares, 30 comments, 20, 23, I don't remember numbers. An ass load of comments. And it just goes to show you where people's minds are at. You know, they're more interested in a fucking cowboy boot video, than the skyrocketing gas prices going on right now. In 3 weeks, it went up a fucking $1. But more people would rather comment on a cowboy boot video. It just goes to show you where people's heads are at. Excuse me. You know? A cowboy video. I did a video on Jocko, the lawn ornament guy holding a lantern. It's still receiving views after, God, it's been over a year. 21,000 views on this thing and an ass load of comments because it's not politically correct. It's a black jockey. It was a repainted jockey. If you know the story of Jocko, I'm not going to even go into it, but look into it and you'll see something about George Washington and one of the slaves he had. I don't know, whatever. Look into it. It's a good, interesting story. I don't know. I'm done. I got to eat my food. You guys be good. Like I said, leave a comment. Be good. Later.